Hello, in this video we will introduce the politics on social media as it appeared in our South Indian field site. But in order to understand this, we will need to explore the political environment in this area in a bit more detail. Let's start by categorizing the political interests shown by the people of this area into four main types: local, state, national, and international level. Now, let's move a step further and categorize the kind of politics that dominate each of these levels specific to this area. The local and the state level are mostly dominated by party politics, and the major political parties that dominate the state level also dominate the local level. At the national level, interest is shown not only on a couple of political parties but also on the public policies that affect the nation as a whole. Finally, not much is seen on an international level except for interest concerning the United States and Sri Lanka. Before we move on to the types of political posts seen on social media, it needs to be stated that in some cases there are class, caste, and gender factors that influence political discussions on social media. For example, in discussing national level politics, the lower socio-economic classes tend to use Facebook and WhatsApp, while the middle and the upper classes mostly use WhatsApp and Twitter. Further, in the lower socio-economic classes, discussions on politics at all levels are mostly found amongst the men, while in the middle and the upper classes, women were also found to be participating in political discussions. Now, moving on to categorizing the types of political postings on social media, we end up with four main genres: expressing support, expressing sarcasm, expressing concern, and expressing indifference through silence. Let's look at each of them in a bit more detail. Much of this consists of postings by local party workers from lower socio-economic classes who very often take pictures of offline political vinyl boards and posters and upload them on social media, and the postings only concern the local area and state level politics. Others in the area might only post supporting a policy rather than a politician in fear of being ridiculed by their friends. These kinds of postings are mostly shared and are not created locally, other than by a few young students and IT workers who would do this anonymously. Local political workers might troll the opposing political parties through memes. However, others in the area don't criticize local politicians on social media in fear of consequences. Most memes are on state level, national level, or on an international political leader. For example, with the recent Sri Lankan Tamil issue, a lot of memes hating the ex-Sri Lankan president, Mr. Mahinda Rajapakse, floated around. However, the upper classes, which have high visibility, stay away from posting sarcastic memes of any kind for fear of retribution from state level or national level politicians. Everyone feels able to express their concern with politics at all levels, which tend to bond people together as a common expression of similar opinions. Concerns are only expressed on public policies that affect a majority of the people or a social group in particular. Sometimes the middle and the upper classes make it a point to be indifferent to particular levels of politics. For example, local and the state level are sometimes completely ignored by them. In conclusion, posting about politics was found to be a social activity. The reason that the party workers from the lower socioeconomic groups may include support for politicians while the middle classes emphasize sarcasm has to do more with their own social and family relationships, since these are the people who actually see what they post.